What's good, everybody? It's Sabro54. Today I'm gonna show you guys my most current build for Forretress EX in the standard format. I've played a few matches and tested the waters with this deck. I tried out Giratina V-Star, I tried out Blissey, I tried in a bunch of cards, but in the end I had to take those out. And just like the sort of Paldea Evolved set wants to guide you, it's best to use this guy with Wo-Chien. Yeah, because I thought it was Wo-Chien. Okay, Wo-Chien. So I had one from the start, sort of as a tech, of course, but it's probably best to rely on this guy fully. I mean, I just have 2 copies, but it's going to be enough. We're using Shaman V-Star as well, too. And that's what we're going to do. Best thing is to use this guy, and instead of having extra Pokemon and wasting extra space with Giratina V-Star and stuff, you got this guy, and then you put in tools like the Bravery Charm to hopefully make him last longer. I only have one of these, so I put in the, where is it? This thing too, the Defiance Band. Gonna boost our attack if we're behind in prizes. Maybe that's gonna help, maybe it won't. So I wanna make this perfectly clear. By no means is this a flawless deck. It's definitely flawed. It just seems to me like it does miss something. It misses that very particular Pokemon that can really take advantage of this guy's ability. But let's not jump all over the place. If you guys don't know what this deck is all about, it's based on this Forretress EX, new card from Paldea Evolved. Similar to Electrode cards from the past, you blow up. That sort of explosion self-destruct style that these Pokemon do. And you grab energies. The cool thing about this guy is that he doesn't get energies from the discard pile. He gets them directly from the deck. So you don't have to spend cards and build your deck to have discard outlets to make sure you get a bunch of energies in the discard pile first. Although that is pretty good as well. It opens up the door for other combos. But getting them directly from the deck is really nice because you thin your deck this way as well. And then you can do this, get a bunch of energies, get them out of the deck, and then when you play your supporter, whether it's iono or copycat, you get a big advantage. You know, your opponent took a few prizes. If you use copycat, you draw a bunch of extra cards, and then if you use iono, you can disrupt them immediately, and then you don't draw the energies, of course, because you grab a lot of them with this guy, put them onto your Pokemon. Its stats are pretty good, 270, kind of standard for Stage 1 EX. The attack isn't very good and also costs 2 grass energies. Should have been like 1 grass, 1 something else. But anyway, 120 gonna block 30. Just decent, and that's about it. Might even be generous saying decent, but maybe sometimes it'll come up. Makes this guy a little bit of a tank, I guess. But the main thing is to get this guy out, blow up, get energies. But I do have a bunch of copies because the HP is really high. Maybe we can use him as a desperate mid to late game attacker. You never know. I mean, it depends on what my opponent's Pokemon is using. If we're just gonna get a 2-hit KO, we just need to do like 120 or less. We can use him to attack. Can still be okay. Pineco, there's only 1 Pineco in the format right now, I think, and it's from the same set. We're using this dude. 70 HP, rollout, nothing spectacular. Just have this to evolve. Then I've got the main attacker. It's Wo-Chien EX. I think this is one of the legendary Pokemon with the other dudes. Snail guy. Not the coolest, but okay looking, I guess. 2 very strong attacks. Forest Blast, 220, solid 4 energy, good chunk of damage. Get 1-hit KOs on regular ass EXs. But most of the stuff are going to be living V-Stars and bigger EXs. And then Covetous Ivy, this is how you say that first word. This is a very strong snipe that combos with Forretress, surprise, surprise. The more prizes your opponent has taken, the stronger this snipe becomes. It only works on benched Pokemon. You can't hit the active, which is a bit unfortunate. But it's pretty fair because it's still pretty busted. This is a very broken snipe, a very powerful snipe. Can go up to 300 if your opponent is at 5 prizes, 240 if they're at 4 prizes, and that's still pretty powerful. You know, 3 energy, 240, you can't complain. HP is pretty good at 230, and this is a guy. The other attacker that combos with Forretress nicely is this Shaman. It's not going to show us the full art, for fuck's sake. But anyway, Shaman, very low HP, revenge attacker as well. First attack, the first form can be usable, but the good one is the V-Star, more HP, stronger revenge blast. And then we might be able to heal as well with Star Bloom. Never know, could come up. Got this. So, pretty strong revenge attacker. Once again, you can do like up to 320, I think it maxes out. Yeah, if your opponent has one prize left, you can do 320 with the Shaman, which is pretty strong as well. 280 for 2 if there are 4 prizes, that's still pretty strong. So you can get specific good one-hit KOs on other V-Stars. Hit that 280 mark. Okay. The rest of the Pokemon, I mean, Luminion V is for support. Get me a supporter card, and then it's another target. I do run the cursed tablet thing, the tablet stone. So if you play this down, if you don't use this guy's V-Star power, we can just use the tablet to get any card. And then for my spot for a Radiant card, I put in this Radiant Venusaur. It just makes the most sense to me. You can just take this out and not put anything. Maybe put Serena, maybe. I don't think so. I think this guy's better. Give us a little bit of draw while we have him. And then he can't be used as an attacker too. Maybe sometimes doing 90 and then giving your opponent a lot of status is an optimal strategy. And it's a one prize Pokemon, so it can come up, maybe soften up a Pokemon, force our opponent to kill it, and then there are 5 prizes. Shit like that. I got a spot, so I decided to put it in. There's other Pokemon you can use, like a Snorlax that does 180 damage. I thought of a few others, like maybe Lugia, but it needs 4 energies to do 160. For regular Pokemon if you want to, but I think this guy is the best option. I mean, is a Radiant card at the end of the day. So got that guy in, and these are the Pokemon. Trainer cards, a lot of them. I mean, some standard stuff. I max out the Nest Ball, max out the Ultra Ball, and even got 2 level balls. We got to see the Pineco's really early, and I do aim to play first with this deck, so if we can't use a supporter, we want to see some of these cards so we can get our Pokemon down. You got to get Forretress as soon as possible. Ideally, if you don't play first with this deck, you have an even bigger disadvantage, because at least, you know, your opponent might not be able to do much on their first turn if they play second. So you kind of get that free turn, you could say, evolve into the Forretress, and then get the first big attack. So even though your opponent is at 4 prizes because of Forretress, maybe you get 1 big KO as well immediately, and then you're even, but you got more energies in the play. So this is why it's so important to play first. That's where all the trekking shoes come in. Just draw power, deck thinning is a good thing. And then I put in one of the gutsy pickaxes as well. Just a lot of item base to draw. See what we need. Hopefully it's good enough. The discard, I mean, it's not really going to be that rough, to be honest, in this deck. I mean, if you see something you don't want to dump, you just grab it. That's why trekking shoes is better than Acrobike. Okay. We got the tools that I mentioned, this Bravery Charm. If you got more of these, it's probably better to run more of these as opposed to this. This is going to boost your damage, but it doesn't really put us in any range that matters much. I mean, maybe sometimes if you gonna use Shaman V-Star earlier, then the extra 30 you get can be good. But making sure your guy's tank is probably more important, because you know, you're giving your opponent free prizes, so you have to make it harder for them to get other kills. So I think the Bravery Charm is better. But I mean, I guess this is something that all of your guys can use. Even fucking Forretress can utilize this. But this is only Wo-Chien that's really going to be able to utilize. Or the basic Shaman, I guess. Okay. What else do we got? We got the Forest Seal Stone. Just in case. I mean, I'm running a bunch of Vs. Maybe sometimes we're going to use this to get what we need. I mean, if you got to sacrifice this guy's V-Star power to be more consistent and set up and not waste turns, you're gonna do this. I mean, Shaman's V-Star power isn't effective. There's a lot of situations where it won't be effective. I mean, you get that healing. It's only on your bench guys. It's not going to heal Shaman unless you retreat. Shit like that. Plus, it's not going to put you in a range where you're going to survive another hit most of the time. I mean, if we could have combined this with some other healing cards, then yeah, maybe. But just healing to 120, I mean, sometimes it can come up. If this guy is softened up, but he's not nearly dead, then yeah, maybe this can help the Star Bloom. But if we get the chance to use this and it's best to use it, we're going to use it. Okay. Stadium of Choice, I think I covered all of the items. Oh, we got one energy search, just something to get an energy in hand, deck thinner card. I mean, you can put something else if you want to, but I got one in. And Stadium of Choice is this Temple of Sinnoh. Doesn't affect me and can affect other decks in the meta, so I thought it makes sense to have this. Pretty simple. You can put something else if you want. There's a stadium that lets you grab basic Pokemon every turn. You can use this to get Pinkos and shit. I think it only works for grass Pokemon. I don't remember, but there's a stadium that lets you grab basic Pokemon that you could use. Some other stadiums. Okay. And then, I mean, I think that's it. I got the one switch. Maybe this can be useful sometimes. But, I mean, if we got Forretress in the active position, we're good. We just blow up and get rid of it that way. It kind of works out. Most of the time, your best opening Pokemon is going to be Pineco. As long as you can get a second one down, you got two, then this is going to be your best opener. But I got one switch just in case. And then the rest of the cards are the supporters. I mean, standard stuff. We definitely max out the fucking iono. I mean, you really get to exploit these cards in this sort of a deck, so you max this out. I mean, we were going to max it out anyway because it's the best supporter right now. Pretty much N. And Copycat. I don't want to go overboard with this, even though it's Forretress. I think 2 copies should be enough. Sometimes, you know, if you're not going to blow up with Forretress yet, and this is the only thing you got, you can't really utilize it, it's not good. So 2 copies, I think it's good enough. Then we got the triple Professor Research. Big numbers, but we're going to have to risk it. We got to be a little bit turbo with this deck. And then I got the one Shauna. This, I guess, I mean, I can't run 5 ionos, so we do this pretty looking full art. Why not? I mean, I don't think it's a good idea to run Judge now when we got iono. I mean, this can at least help me see some shit when I'm trying to set up. You gotta set up. If you don't set up the Forretress in time, then you're fucked either way. Boss's orders to win the game. And then one Miriam bitch as well. A little bit of recovery. Perhaps this isn't that needed in this deck. But I guess maybe if we have to discard the one Shaman V-Star, and then we want to use it later on, this can recover it. I mean, to be honest, it might just be better for me to just drop this and put in the second Shaman V-Star, because I got a second one now. Before I only had one. But I mean, this is pretty good as well. It's a draw card as well at the end of the day. Sometimes just shuffling one card back in and then drawing 3 is good. So, yeah. And I think that's it, actually. Nothing else. I don't believe I missed anything else. 12 grass energies, standard stuff. Don't want too many, don't want too few. And then hopefully you don't draw them and you got to be discarding them with Oak. That's really shitty. You want to use this dude, get them directly from your deck, and then when you use supporters, you draw all the other shit that you need instead of energies. That's the way to go. That's the beauty of this card, grabbing the cards from the deck. And this is the deck, guys. Once again, it isn't perfect. Maybe there's other people that know how to build it better than me, but I mean, no matter what, it's a high-risk, high-reward deck, no matter how you build it. Not always going to be reliable. Maybe in the future we'll get some more cards to make it better. But this guy's definitely cool. And we don't usually get a lot of Forretress cards that are good. I mean, this is pretty much the first special Forretress card, I'm quite sure. So it's nice. So this is Forretress EX. I'm going to show you guys a few more matches. I've already shown 2. So I don't want to just bore everybody to death, keep using Forretress all the time. I'm I'm gonna do a few more matches and then I'm gonna do a different deck, do some different stuff. I gotta review the 151 Kanto set too. I just don't know when I'm gonna get the chance for that. It's gonna be a big video. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the deck profile. If you wanted to know the list, now you know it. My most current, most finalized version so far. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. What